Hey everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome to another episode of the Sidewalk Saint with your host, Brother Phil. Today we're going to talk about not becoming your experiences and how that will release you from past pains, and it will release you from the control of the thought. The control of the thought is whenever you get mad, you think about the same thing that made you mad over and over, and it's a reciprocating thing. And so it increases your anger, and you start to identify with it too much, the thing that made you angry, and it's a loop, and it just increases until you surrender. So the idea would be just to surrender, and the best way to do that, or the way that would be the easiest for you to surrender to a pain or something bad or something that made you angry or someone that made you angry, is to see it, not be it. See it, don't be it. I'm going to save that. I'm going to say that all the time now in my teaching. I love that. See it, don't be it. If you're witnessing something, then you're not that thing. That means it's like you're throwing a football. You can see the football, you can catch it. It doesn't mean that you're gonna stuff it inside your body or something. You're not the ball. Anyways, that was dumb what I said, but you get what I'm saying. Like the tree in front of us right now. I can see the tree, but I'm not. I didn't become the tree. I'm not the tree. Though we're all connected at a deeper level, everything is, but I'm not the tree itself. I'm over here. I'm separate from it. So what you're doing is you're seeing the pain, you're seeing that you're angry. You don't even have to stop the anger or the feeling. You just need to see that you're not it. It's not you. You don't become it. You don't become the anger. And what you'll find after a while is that, like, a good example I could say is someone cut me off the other day. And I did feel anger. I felt it in there, but I didn't become it. I did not become that anger. I realized that I didn't want to be angry. Even though the person cut me off, I still didn't want to be angry. And then even in fact, I still proceeded to cut them back off. I didn't get too crazy, but I didn't put any energy into it. I didn't feel angry. I didn't get excited. And the weird thing is, the other person didn't even respond. Because there was no interaction there. There was no energy. I didn't become the anger. I didn't increase the anger. I didn't send them any hate or anger, because I was watching it as it was happening, knowing that I didn't want to do it. And after a while of doing stuff like that, you're going to completely be able to separate yourself from these things. And that will really, you'll be able to be very peaceful. Like in crazy events, you'll still be able to be completely level-headed and peaceful. You're not the thing that made you angry. You're not the thing that the person did that made you angry. You're not that thing. Don't become the things you don't want to be. Don't accept those things as your truth. Don't bring them into your mind and let them take you over, because that's what'll happen. That's what you don't want. And that is how it's some people call it witnessing. You're witnessing the thing. You see it. It comes up. And don't think of it like, how long is it going to take to do this, and it just sounds weird. Don't think about that, because that's thinking into the future. You're thinking of the future. You're not there yet. Anyways, that was way out there. But you see what I'm saying? Don't become the thing. You are not the thing. You're not that anger. You're not the event. You're not the loss or whatever happened. You're not that thing. And you shouldn't be beating yourself up with the same thought over and over and over while it sits there and makes you feel like crap over and over and over. Someone passed away. You should mourn. I understand that anyone would have to mourn if someone passes away, but you've got to not become that thing. You don't need to rekindle the same thing. You don't need to relight that candle. You don't need to start that fire again. You go through it. You can do what I'm talking about, which will help you a lot with suffering, because it's basically the acceptance of that thing, but to not become it. So you accept the passing of a person. You accept the thing that made you angry. You accept those things, but you don't bring them into you. You accept that you can see them and that they're there, and that it's there. The pain is there, the loss is there, whatever it is, it's there. You're watching it. And what'll happen is when you see it and you're looking at it, eventually it just loses all grip. Like, really, no matter what happens in a person's life, they don't want to be sad. They don't want to be in pain. Nobody wants to be in pain for any moment of time. And it's not that you're not caring. You do care, of course. If you lost someone, if someone made you angry, or whatever it is, whatever the thing is. But you're the patient, caring observer. And then when you do that, I mean, it's you'll find the people around you will just change their attitude too. Because where your mind goes is where your life goes. If all you think about is the painful thing that happened, then all you're going to be is the painful thing that happened all the time. All you're going to feel is the painful thing that happened all the time. You don't want to do that. We know we don't want to do that. Some people are addicted to it. It's very addictive to sit there and think about things that make you angry or be in pain, because it's something that you've identified so heavily sometimes that it becomes you completely. And you just spend yourself, I mean, it's eternal hell. That's really that's what the real hell is. I personally don't believe in hell. You create your own hell by thinking about hell. You took yourself there. You made hell happen to you. You create it and surround yourself with it, or you don't. And it's unnecessary suffering. And people are tired of suffering these days. People have had enough between COVID and the lack of faith in our governmental systems and just all this stuff going on, and there's typhoons and this and that. But you see those things. Now you see them. Now don't be them. Don't be your disgruntledness. Don't be your anger. You see them and you acknowledge them. You have to do that. You can't dodge it. Because whatever's coming up into your experience is coming up for you to clean up. That's what it's doing. So if something keeps happening to you that you don't like, there's a reason. That thing is waiting for you to accept it. And if you can, send love into it. Just think about love going into it. Meditate it into it. Pray it into it. Whatever your religion is, do it your way. But you accept and you realize it. And you don't become it. And you let it be. And you become what surrounds it. You become the consciousness that's around it. You see it. It's no longer you. It's in your hand. You have the control. You have the right to not be in pain anytime you want. And you'll get better and better and better and better at it. And you'll just be rolling around in a state of peace. And you'll feel like fear flashes. You'll wake up. It's a very tricky thing. It still wants to be there. These things, they'll try to trick you. Like, you'll wake up in the morning, or you'll be having a bad dream, and these are the things that you got to work with. They're going to be there. You're going to have fear flashes. Boom. It's just going to be like, oh, why do I feel fear? But then you see it the minute it comes. And then you've isolated it. It just isolates it right away. You quarantined it in your mind, and not even in your mind. It didn't make it to your mind. Your mind is really just the device that runs your body and makes sure everything's functioning. And your heart is the true you. It's the center of your soul, your being. That's where you really are. You're not in your brain. You don't want to be in your brain. Your brain's just there to run your body. Your heart's there to make the decisions. So I hope that wasn't too far out there for you. But after a while, when you ever heard the term from someone saying that person is a heart-based person, heart-based thinking, stuff like that, it's a real thing. Your heart is very entangled with your thought processes. Science knows this now. I don't know about the research exactly, but I know that it's a fact that your heart has the same, if not better, thinking process and tissues in it than your brain does. So anyways, I got way out there on that one. But don't become the thing. See the thing separate from you and quarantine that son of a gun so you can be peaceful. Well, this is your brother Phil. I'm going to sign off. And I hope if this helped anybody, then I served my purpose, because you guys are my purpose. All right. We'll see you on the next one.